Awareness. What gives it its power? Awareness is an absolute key to manifesting our goals. And there's a power that we can tap into. What gives this power its power, this great power, to manifest your goals? Today we're going to take a close look at that. And it's actually much simpler than you may realize. You can utilize this vast power that's waiting to be tapped into and apply it to what you're aware of and achieve your goals. Very simply put, you are the one who gives the power to the power of your awareness. We're going to take a look at some of Neville's greatest quotes from his book, The Power of Awareness. And I'm going to again challenge you to become personally responsible for it. The changes that need to happen are utilized through that power, but you have the means from within to tap into that power. Neville states, there is no escape for you except by a radical psychological transformation of yourself. Yes, of yourself, except by your assumption of the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Therefore, make results or accomplishments the crucial test of your ability to use your imagination. Everything depends on your attitude toward yourself. That which you will not affirm as true of yourself can never be realized by you, for that attitude alone is the necessary condition by which you realize your goals. And notice, all transformation is based upon suggestion. And this can work only where you lay yourself completely open to an influence. And that influence is that power and that awareness that you must achieve to achieve and realize your actual dreams in your physical reality. But you must abandon yourself to your ideal, as a woman abandons herself to love. For complete abandonment of self to it is the way to union with that ideal, with your ideal. However, you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as I discussed in my last video, until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. You, yes, you must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire. And so, you yourself must already be experiencing that in imagination. That is, in your awareness, what you're conscious of. So the process of becoming conscious of that, becoming aware of it, through the use of this power is vital. So a change of what you are conscious of or what you are aware of must take place. And it must be persisted in if you want it to harden into fact, to go from imagination to reality. The ideal you seek and hope to attain will not manifest itself, will not be realized by you until you have imagined that you, notice, are already that ideal. So how can we do this? It starts with knowing what you want specifically, what your desire is, and then being fully committed to seeing it happen. Utilize that power by giving your full attention and focus to what you want to be imagining and feeling as already yours, which we've established. Notice Neville clarifies this about the importance of attention in utilizing power. He says, attention is forceful in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. That is, When it is obsessed with a single idea or sensation, again, feeling, it is steadied and powerfully focused only by such adjustment of the mind as permits you to see one thing only. For you steady the attention and increase, notice, its power. How? By confining it, by that narrowness of focus and that obsession with it. The desire which realizes itself is always a desire upon which the attention is exclusively concentrated. For an idea is endowed with power only in proportion to the degree of attention fixed on it. Concentrated observation is the attentive attitude directed, notice, from some specific end. The attentive attitude involves selection, for when you pay attention, it signifies that you have decided to focus your attention on one object or state rather than on another. Let's take a closer look. So you have to have an exclusive, concentrated focus on that idea, that goal as achieved. And this is what it means again, the attentive attitude or feeling directed, notice, from some specific end. Again, if you're not familiar with that, review my video on visualization, where you must be in it. You must be it and see from within that goal is already achieved. See the link provided to learn how to see from your goal. Here's more from The Power of Awareness, Neville's greatest book, in my opinion. He goes on to say here, and pay attention, therefore, when you know what you want, you must deliberately focus your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You have to take time out to do that and make sure you're doing that daily. And I'll give you more on that later in this video. Thus, in that process, you are making it your dominant feeling because you're focusing on it. You're giving it your full attention and visualizing it and feeling it as already yours. When you do that, this all happens from within and taps into that power, that God-given power that we can utilize by becoming aware of what we wish to see manifested in our lives. As Neville continues, if this assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. However, the ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for incarnation or manifestation, but unless you yourself offer it human parentage, you need to occupy it. Otherwise, it is incapable of birth. Therefore, your attitude should be one in which, having desired to express a higher state or achieve a goal, you alone accept the task. You alone accept the responsibility of incarnating it or manifesting this new and greater value of yourself, which is that goal achieved in your life. In giving birth to your ideal, your goal, your desire, you must bear in mind that the methods of mental and spiritual knowledge are entirely different. This point is truly understood by probably not more than 1 in a million. You have the opportunity to be one of those 1 in a million that truly get this. You see, your transformation has everything to do with what you are aware of, what you are conscious of. And to become conscious of something on a deeper level and connect with all that will bring it about, you have to persist. Notice Neville highlights this by saying, if you persist night after night, sooner or later you will awaken in yourself a center of power and become conscious of your greater self, the real you. Yes, it's that through that persistence, and it mentions night after night. I've given you through my meditation playlist and also a specific meditation and my visualization playlist, how you bring that about, the processes and practices that you can implement to make those changes happen on that deep subconscious level. So remember, it's what you're focusing on, what you're giving your attention to and believing into through the use of your imagination and those processes. But they have to be done on a regular basis. So many of us are afraid of commitment and practicing and actually doing what is necessary to develop the new person that we want to become. You can actually change yourself by doing this on a daily basis. As Neville says here, attention is developed. Yes, it's developed by repeated exercise or habit. Through habit, an action becomes easier. And so, in course of time, gives rise to facility or faculty. It becomes a tool for you to use in other circumstances and other goals and changes that you would like to see happen in your life. It's a tool, this power that you can utilize with focused awareness and attention. And it then can be used to higher uses. When you attain control of internal direction, of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but will launch out into the deep of light. So it's through those practices that you're transformed. As is quoted here, be ye transformed, how? By the renewing of your mind. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, for you think, notice again, from your ideas. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire, having that goal defined specifically. You must want to be different and intend to be before you can begin to change yourself. Then you must make your future dream a present fact as already yours. You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, by desiring to be other than what you are. You can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume you are already that person. And again, I've given you that process through the imaginal act or change, and I'll leave the link for that. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly, yes, repeatedly focused on the feeling, attitude, and mood of the wish fulfilled. That is, fulfilled, already yours. Until it fills the mind. I love this. And does what? It then crowds out, it crowds all other ideas out of consciousness, out of awareness. Then you fully utilize that power to become only focused and aware of what you want to receive and achieve. Notice, a man's chief delusion is the conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness or awareness. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him, happens as a result of what? His state of consciousness, your state of awareness. A man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves, all that he believes is true and consents to. So you're actually changing at a very deep level your self-concept. What you believe and accept is true and consent to. That is why, Neville continues, a change of consciousness is necessary before you can change your outer world. Rain falls as a result of change in the temperature in the higher regions of the atmosphere. So, in like manner, a change of circumstances happens as a result of a change in your state of consciousness, what you are aware of. There's more on how you do that. It must be developed. Your attention must be developed, controlled, and concentrated in order to change your concept of yourself successfully and thereby change your future. Imagination is able to do anything, but only in accord to the internal direction of your attention. And you have a choice as to what you read, listen to, and accept, what you imagine as true for you, and what you consent to and believe. You have a choice to rearrange that and change that so that it's in harmony with your goals. So I think we've established clearly that this is definitely doable. I've seen it in my own life and in dozens and dozens of clients that I've helped in over 45 countries. But it must be done faithfully and systematically. You can actually develop and cultivate what you need to in order to draw and manifest to you your goal. Neville states this very clearly, that through the faithful, systematic cultivation of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll encourage you now to click for more. I have all those processes necessary, step-by-step ways in which you can develop and cultivate success. Please click now to find out step-by-step of how you can accomplish your goals through the power of awareness and the power of your imagination.